Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. It's Porter. Just want to give you a little footage of the high tide over here on Morrissey Boulevard. Oh, they call this Gallivan Boulevard. Maybe it's Gallivan Boulevard. But just want to show you some and I guess they're expecting the high tide to get a little higher than it already is. So as you see, they narrow the traffic down to one lane because of the water from the high tide. This happens all the time. We have high tide, just so you guys know. So all these cars are going to be in 3 lanes, pretty much conversion into 1, because that's probably the only way you can get through there safely without, you know, flooding your engine out or causing a major problem. Just going to give you guys a little footage of the high tide. And sometimes it gets so bad that this whole area is flooded from side to side. I'm not too sure how bad it's going to get today, but they said high tide is supposed to take place in the next half an hour to an hour. So we'll monitor the situation and see what's going on. I'll walk up a little bit further, give you guys a little bit better look at it so you can see. And the speed limit is 40 miles an hour, so you shouldn't be going too fast. We're gonna watch these cars as they merge in over here. We'll see how they do. Most drivers, if they listen to WBZ, they probably already got the notification that, you know, it's high tide. But if you haven't listened to WBZ, you know, I'm putting a plug out there for WBZ because, you know, I listen to them a lot. Met a few of their reporters out there. Karen Rico, she does a great job out there. I listen to Dan Ray on Nightside all the time, so put a little plug out there for those guys. Not to mention Morgan White on the weekend overnight. So everybody's doing pretty good, slowing down, moving over. They need one of those signboards. That's what they need to have over here. I'm pretty sure DOT has a signboard somewhere with the arrows. That'd be more effective, but I guess they didn't have time to pull it out. Give you guys a little bit better look at the water over here. How much it is, and it just kind of migrates over the wall, basically. I'm not too sure where it comes from, to be honest, but it comes from somewhere. Maybe it comes from under the ground coming up. If you have a low riding car like this one, you should drive very slow. You could flood your engine out, just so you guys know. If enough water gets under the engine compartment, you could flood the engine out, stall it out. And that wouldn't be good at all. The other side doesn't seem to be flooded at all. Just the far left lane, a little bit. Over here seems like it got most of it so far. I'm surprised they haven't came up with an idea to prevent this from happening. Whether it be like a pumping system or it be like some kind of, like, you know, sealed system inside where water can't get in there like that. traffic coming through, so the guy's recording. I can see him. He's recording it driving through the water. Surprised they haven't raised this area up maybe another 2 feet, and yeah, that wouldn't be too hard to do either. Raise this up another 2 feet, so it makes the level a little higher than it should be. You just can't raise it up under the bridge. You have to raise it up like right in the spot right here after the bridge. I'm not sure how high it's going to get, so I hang around for a little bit just to see how high it could possibly get, or today how high it will get. We'll see. Guy got something dragging on the bottom of his car there. He probably hit it on a snowbank or something. A lot of people damage their cars going over like snowbanks and stuff like that. And I don't know if they have a sewer there or not. You would think they would have a sewage system somewhere there, but maybe not. Everybody's got a conversion to one lane. But that's the least amount of water on that side over there. If you go on the far right, you get the blunt of it. So you want to stay on the least. How you doing, buddy? Get a little pan of the area. This is just after the 93 north and south overpass. Just about, like, the next exit will be the I guess the Neponset exit. And yeah, Neponset. There's a sign down there on the ground. I can't see what that says. Just gonna see what it says here. Memorial Bridge. Robert Griffin. That's not a good place to have it over there. See the airplanes getting ready to land at Logan Airport. I don't know if you guys can see that plane. other side doesn't even have half the amount of water they have over here. This must be the lower side of it. Like I said, I don't know how the water gets over here. I don't know if it comes from under the ground or if it's coming between the dirt itself. It's kind of hard to say. Like I said, I don't know how high the tide is going to get, but if it gets too high, it's going to be a problem. I would say that the deepest part of that could be about 6 inches or so. It could be a little bit more, it's hard to say, but I think no deeper than 6 inches.
I have your assignment.
Some cars actually speed through there. Like, I guess you can go through there at like a moderate speed, but like speeding through there shouldn't be the only option.
Is this a 911 call? Yeah, it's from
sure if that's a sewer. It looks like the water's coming out of the sewer, to be honest with you. So it looks like the water is bubbling up out of the sewer itself. That's what it's doing. It's coming right up out of here. If you guys can see it. That water is backing up because the high tide pushes it back through the sewage. That's what it does. I wonder if they could put a check valve on there where it keeps the water from going only one direction. I wonder how effective would that be. It may not work. But you can see the water bubbling up through the sewage. Well, I don't want to call it sewage. It's not sewage. Storm drain. I correct myself. Always stand be corrected. Storm drain. Sewage and storm drains are two different things. So you can see there's a lot of water backing up out of there. So that means potentially you could have a lot of water coming through here. Everybody's like slowing down to like a crawl now because I guess they think I'm pointing a radar device at them or something. Like they came down to like literally a crawl. Like normally they'll be speeding through there like a little faster than that. Maybe I should do that more often. Just point it towards them and see how fast they slow down. You know who did that? I seen, I don't know if you guys watch News Now Houston. David Warden, he has a YouTube channel out there. He's done that a few times, and he actually caught a lot of police officers speeding past the posted speed limit. He just sat out there all day with a video camera and a speedometer, or I don't want to call it a speedometer, radar. And he just caught a lot of people speeding over the posted speed limit. And a lot of guys got in trouble for it, actually. He did a good job on that video. I think he actually forced that police department to retrain the officers to slow down. Yeah, that guy slowed down to like almost a steady crawl. You can see the amount of water that's coming out of there. Quite a bit of cars going through there. guys, I'm gonna wrap this up. I just want to give you guys a little footage of what happens down here when we have high tide. It does get a little bit worse than this. I don't know if you notice it. Eventually that truck is going to be like all, when I first came here, the front tires weren't touching the water. Now the water is almost touching the tires. So he probably might back his truck up a little bit so he don't be in the water. He doesn't want to be on camera, but he's probably gonna he probably might move that truck back so he's not sitting directly into the water. But we'll see. He's gonna back up probably another 20 feet or so, just to get that. I won't put you on camera if you don't want to be. I said I won't put you on camera if you don't want to be. I seen you covering yourself, so I said I won't put you on if you don't want to be. No problem, buddy.
Everyone on 4 minutes, please.
Like people have various reasons why they don't want to be on camera, and I respect all those. You go ahead, just go slow. She's kind of timid because she sees all the water, and she was kind of wondering if she could ride through there. Told her to go slow, and she's going fast. You know, like if you get water in your undercarriage and in your floorboards, that's on you. You know what I mean? Like you don't know how deep that water is until you get into the middle of it. But that water's pretty deep, guys. When it touches the curb, I don't know if you can see it. The other side of the curb is like covered, and it's touching the side of this curb over here. The average curb is between 4 to 6 inches. It's covering the curb down towards the middle part of it. So you're looking at about 6 feet of water. And you can do hydroplaning, a lot of stuff can happen at 6 feet of water. And all the results are not good results at all. So they brought the signboard. The signboard is on its way, just so you guys know. It's down there. And I think they're gonna block off the whole road now. They're actually gonna block it off completely, because it's probably a hazard to put people's lives in danger as the water gets higher. Like, I don't know if you guys noticed it from the time I got here. The water risen about almost 3 inches. And that's not good if you got cars going in there about 8 inches to 12 inches of water. That's not good at all. So that's probably the reason why they opt to close this down. So this section right here will be closed down to further notice. I'm gonna take a walk down there and show you guys the area blocked off, and that's almost, I'd say about maybe 80 yards from where I'm standing to the end. It's about 80 yards of water. I mean, a lot can happen in that stretch. You could get stuck in the middle, and that wouldn't be good either. So I'm gonna walk down to the end where they brought the signboard. They shut. I call this Galvin Boulevard. I'm not sure if this is Galvin Boulevard or this is Morrissey Boulevard. This might be Morrissey Boulevard. I think Galvin Boulevard is on the other side. But I call the whole stretch Galvin. But I believe the proper name for this is Morrissey Boulevard. I always stand to be corrected because I don't know everything. There's no way I can know everything. I can try, but I won't succeed on that. I'm not too sure what this sign says right here. Let's see what this sign says right here. Memorial Bridge. That's Memorial Bridge. You know what? I'm thinking my camera is kind of, it's not focusing on it. There we go. So I believe it's called Memorial Drive, is technically officially shut down to further notice till the high tide is no longer a high tide. Just gonna give you guys a little bit more footage, and then I'm gonna head up out of here myself because everybody's got to find an alternate route. Whatever alternate route there is, just got to find it. Because to further notice, this is officially called Morrissey Boulevard. That's what it's called. See the sign up here now. Morrissey Boulevard. Don't call it Gallivan Boulevard, call it Morrissey Boulevard. Everybody's is gonna be how do you say it? Confused, because when you close one road off, everybody gets confused. They get so confused they don't know what to do with themselves. Everybody's gonna be taking a right or a left, whatever's easier. Probably the left is more easier, because taking a right is almost taking you back to where you came from. So everybody's gonna probably be taking the left. And this is on the state police, so this is normally state police will probably put a detail out here, but since they have the signboard, I don't think there's any need to. It's kind of like almost like common sense. I guess they're gonna block off both sides. Looks like they're gonna block off both ends. We'll see. And you guys see all that snow fall off that guy's truck. That's why they tell you to clear the roof off your vehicle when you're driving, so you don't have all that snow fall on top of your windshield when you hit the brakes. It's the second time I've seen that happen. This guy's doing some weird stuff over here. Look at these guys. These guys are making abrupt U-turns in the middle of the street, which is very dangerous. The other car almost ran into the other car because it stopped short to back up. That's not good. If you're going to be doing U-turns like that, that's going to cause an accident. Everybody's trying to find alternate routes. Yeah, you gotta pay attention to these cars over here, because these cars are gonna try to make sharp U-turns in the middle of the street, which is definitely gonna cause an accident. That's not safe when you do something like that. Like, I don't know if they realize it. When you do not saying you shouldn't do it, but when you do it, it's very dangerous, because the car behind you doesn't know what you're doing, and you don't know what the car behind you is doing either. They should have a separate traffic mode for when these lights are, how do you say it, when this road is closed, so they don't waste time just staying on the green light over here. to do it because normally they may be making a U-turn. You'd be surprised what a camper can do to people. It makes them stop doing what they normally would be doing. Normally they'd be making this U-turn right here, turning back around again. But nobody did it that time. They're probably going to go back there and loop around that way. Theoretically, you don't have to follow that arrow light. That's why I said that you have a separate traffic pattern, because all these cars are making the left-hand turn, and the cars that got the arrow are not waiting